Hi there, it's Angelica, and I just want to welcome you to day 7 of our online Proverbs 31 Bible study. I'm so excited that you're joining me today, and we are almost halfway through our study. And it has just been a really, really wonderful time learning about this woman, digging into the details of her character so that we can begin developing the character of a Proverbs 31 woman. Today we're going to read Proverbs 31 verse 16, and we're going to look more into the character of this woman. I'm going to be reading from the King James Version of the Bible, but just to let you know, my favorite version of the Bible is the Message Bible. I love the Message Bible, but I usually will have the Message Bible, I'll have it pulled up on my iPad, and I'll have it paralleled so I can see what the Message Bible is saying. I generally read from the King James, and then I'll go to the Message Bible just to get a better understanding of what God's Word is saying. And my other favorite version of the Bible is the Living Bible. Those are my two favorites, absolute favorites. So if you struggle with reading the King James or even the New King James Version and it just doesn't jive with you, try the Message Version or the Living Version. There's so many different versions of the Bible, just so that way you have a better understanding of what God's Word is saying to you. So here we go. Verse 16 says, "She considers a field and buys it, and with the fruit of her hand she plants a vineyard." To me, this is just really, really phenomenal because, again, we see a recurring theme about this woman's work ethic. And the fact that she's considering a field, that word in Strong's and in the Concordance actually means that she inspects it. She has this inner thought. She's debating inside of herself whether or not she's going to buy it. She's purposing in her heart, purposing it within herself. Am I going to buy this field? And she's inspecting it. Another version says she inspects the field before she buys it. I used to have a real estate license here in North Carolina, and a couple of things that I learned about land and the fact that, you just don't go out just because you see a piece of land and, oh, I'm going to go buy that. No, you actually want to go out, you want to walk around the land and see, does the land suit your needs. There's a phrase that we use in engineering. It's called see if the land perks. In other words, will the land be able to sustain a building for you, or is there anything underneath the land that would make the land unbuildable for a building? In this case, she was trying to plant a vineyard in the land, so she's looking at the land to see if it suits her needs. So to me, this woman is putting her skill set to work. She knows the skills that she has, and she's putting her intelligence and her wisdom to work to buy this land, something that's going to benefit her family, not just for herself, but benefit her family. Because again, it goes on to say that she then, from purchasing this land, it says, with the fruit of her hand, she plants a vineyard. I think this is just wonderful. I'm going to read the commentary that I wrote. It says, this woman is putting her skills to use. She's not sitting idle, waiting for things to fall into her lap. No, she's actually going out there and she's being prudent. She's being a willing worker. She is ready to do whatever it takes to provide, in a way for her family using the skills that she has. She realizes that her husband doesn't know everything. And I think if you're married, you know that your husband doesn't know everything. And there's a reason why you were called into his life. There's a reason why you're there. You are a suitable helpmeet for him. And so you fill in a lot of the gaps. So you may be wise in one area and he may be wise and knowledgeable in another, but go ahead and put your skills to work so that it benefits him and you. And if you have children, your children as well, and your entire family. I think that's just a wonderful thing that this woman does. And then it goes on to say that she, with the fruit of her hands, she plants a vineyard. So again, this woman gets to work after she buys the field. She considers it, then she buys it, then she goes and she puts her hands to work. So I just want to encourage you today to think about, what are your skill sets? What skills do you have right now that you could actually be putting to work for your family? What is it that you could be doing to help benefit those in your household, in your home, that could possibly enhance, your husband's skill sets right now? What are some things that, you could be doing right now? Consider your skill sets, and then also consider the skill sets that you desire to have, and pray about those. Ask God to reveal that to you as well as you're going forward and working and developing this character as a Proverbs 31 woman. So I hope today's reading was a blessing to you, and I'd love to hear from you on my Facebook page. You can go to facebook.com Angelica K. Duncan Biz, and you can find me there, and just shoot me a message on my wall and just tell me how this is benefiting you, or I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. So thanks again, and I'll see you next week. Dance with the King. Bye-bye.